So Ross, you got your man Ouss Cisse now Leyton Orient player. You must be delighted.
Over the moon. He's obviously made a big impression on everybody when he came to the club last year, supporters, staff, the rest of the squad, I believe. And I think that we showed an improvement when he came into the team and into the club. So it's taken a lot longer than I think we all would have liked, but it's irrelevant now because it's over the line and he's now a Leyton Orient player, which we're delighted about.
Just how big a part of your plans for next season was he?
Yeah, a big part, and I think that's why, not just myself. I mean, I've consistently spoken to Cisse all over the summer. One, because obviously you're concerned for people's welfare first and foremost, but to continuously be in the forefront of his thinking as soon as the time came for us to start to have discussions about signing him. So we knew that he was going to play a big part if we could get him, and that hasn't changed. I'm really pleased that he's here. I'm excited to continue to work with him. And I think he's going to give us a real opportunity to progress again next year.
He made a really big impact with the fans in quite a short period of time. Why do you think that was?
I think because of the way he goes about his business. I think these days you look and talk about people that can be leaders, and I think probably traditionally in this country it's the people that we talk about rolling their sleeves up and run around whacking into people and screaming and shouting and beating their chest, and I don't think that's particularly, although they're still out there, I don't think that's particularly what a leader looks like anymore. I think it's a little bit more about how you impose yourself on the game, the ability to go and do different things, to go and deliver the performances that we discuss throughout the week and prepare for, and show effort. I think that's the bare minimum that we all ask for, but we know that that's not always the case across football. It's about putting people out there that are willing to work as hard as they possibly can to get results, but ultimately to give it their everything to try and be successful for the club.
He's joined us from Gillingham, where he's not had probably the best spell of his career. So how important is it for a player like Ouss to come somewhere and feel loved and feel wanted?
Well, hopefully we've done that with him already, and hopefully that's a big part of the reason why he's signed. But I think it's important. I think it's massively important. And I think we had a really good chat when he first came to the club about the lack of football that he'd had this season. And obviously he was disappointed. And let's not kid anybody, that's the reason why we got him. If he was playing every week anywhere, it would have been very difficult for us to sign him. But we had to tiptoe a little bit when he first came in and tread carefully and make sure we didn't put him at risk of injury. And Cisse played his part in that as much as we did from a medical, sports science and a coaching perspective to make sure that he was ready. So I think in general we showed that we really cared about him as a player and him in terms of his career of picking up injuries, and he repaid us with the performances that he put in. So I think getting out there and performing every week is what these footballers want to be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. We spoke about his impact with the supporters. What was his impact like with the other players?
A bit like I said there, really. I think the boys knew that they could rely on him. They knew that when they needed someone to give the ball to, he was ready, willing to receive it, whether that meant it was in a difficult area of the pitch or that he was under a little bit of pressure. So I think that's massive, and I think that's what wins footballers over. I think the fact that he had a calming influence, which showed some qualities and leadership that goes against the grain a little bit. But I think that's again something that players will look towards and know that he's calm when things are getting a little bit tough. And then I think the way that he come in and become part of the squad, very quickly when in the early stages, if we hadn't picked up a result, I remember when we got beat away to Port Vale, his attitude about us getting on track and getting results and the way that we were going to go and do it was as if he was one of us. And that's not easy to do. It's not easy to put that message across and show people that you're here for the cause and you want to get things right. And I think he showed that he was massively part of it, and he imposed himself on the group, and slowly the performances started to turn in our favour as results did.
Yeah, as a player, he's won promotion from League Two before with MK Dons. Is that an important attribute to have, someone that knows this level and knows how to compete?
Massively. I think the more winners you can have in your dressing room, the better. I think for us, it's great that we've got people who know how to win games of football, know how to play and win a league in terms of getting out of the National League. But we're at the next level now, and it's important that we continuously try to grow and improve and get better. So the better players we can get in, is obviously always going to improve us, but the better players that have had success, experienced success, are the ones that you want that are going to help you to drive on. And I think that's the great thing that I've noticed with Cisse since I've been working with him, is that there's still that desire to, okay, I'm signing for Leyton Orient, but I want more. I want more from me. I want more from the club. I want more from everybody else. And that's the attitude that we're really going to drive now when we come back, is to aspire to be more than we were last season.
Let's talk about a couple of other clubs looking to bring Cisse in. So for us, do you think this is a bit of a statement signing to hold on to him?
Yes, for me it is. And I would like to say that Martin, the board, Nigel, need real praise for the work that they've done to make this happen, because I don't think there'd be anyone mind me saying it. There was a time where we probably felt as though it wasn't, and it was drifting away from us for different reasons, whether that was bigger clubs, other clubs, more of appeal to the situation that we felt like we might lose him. So I think that the board and Martin really took hold of that and made sure that we got this one done and kept Cisse at the forefront of our thinking. So yes, it's a statement to the ones that tried to pinch him away from us. But I would like to also think that the fact that he spent time with us, he's seen what we're about as a club, what the group of players is about, what we're aspiring to achieve. The conversations me and him have had over the summer has proved to him that we're the right club for him and his future.